Hello everyone, I'm Obi Young. I'm the producer at the Florida Aviation Network, which is actually a project of the National Aviation Safety Foundation. Point of clarification, we actually are an aviation entity that promotes aviation and aviation safety. There's a lot going on in the background here, so if I look distracted, it's because a lot of people are moving out there. We're actually at the Florida Air Museum. We've got a crew that's moving around on the set here. Megan, this is my guest here, is Megan Heron. Is that like the bird or the fish?
It's like the bird.
There is no heron fish, right?
I think there is.
You think there is?
A
okay.
herring.
A heron. Okay. Well, anyway, and you're in the tourism industry, is that right?
Yes.
And you come from Ocala, right?
Well, actually, originally yes, but I'm actually working for Experience Kissimmee, which is in Osceola County.
I was going to ask you, what are you doing now? But you're working where now? Say that again.
Experience Kissimmee, it's the destination marketing organization for all of Osceola County.
Now, what does that mean, destination marketing? I don't know what that means.
So we market all of the attractions and activities and things to do within Osceola County or Central Florida area.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. And you probably, and if you don't see the graphics on your radio, don't worry, because you're going to say your website very slowly for our radio audience so they can see it too, right?
Yes.
And your website is what very slowly now?
ExperienceKissimmee.com.
Okay. And how do you spell Kissimmee? Because not everybody's from Florida.
That's right.
And it's Kissimmee? Can you lean over and Kissimmee? Okay.
It's not Kissimmee, it's
Oh.
Kissimmee.
Oh, it's not Kissimmee?
No.
Oh, how do you say that again?
Kissimmee.
Kissimmee, Florida. And where is Kissimmee?
It's about 45 minutes in the down I-4, so.
It's not very far.
No,
that's
not
the
at
right
all.
answer.
Short
It's
drive.
not very far. That's
Yeah, exactly.
It's one of those marketing terms.
Yeah, it's a short drive and an even shorter flight.
There you go. And speaking of flying, you're developing some special packages for pilots, aren't you? Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so this is actually the first year we've been out to Sun and Fun, so the intent and idea behind coming out is to just let pilots know that we're here. We have an airport, a local airport that you can fly into. Bring your family when you come. They can go to spend one day at Sun and Fun and enjoy what dad or mom likes to do while they're here. And then the next day they can go spend time at the theme parks, and then dad or mom can come back to Sun and Fun for the entire week. So it's just a way to bring the family together for an extended vacation.
Well, I'm a pilot and I live in France or Europe or South America. What theme parks are you talking about?
You may or may not have heard of Walt Disney World.
Oh, yeah, seems like I have. Oh, yeah.
SeaWorld and Universal Studios as well.
So you've got a lot going over there in the Kissimmee, Orlando area.
Right.
And you live where in Orlando?
I live in Windermere.
Oh, so that's not really Orlando.
It's not, but I live close enough to Disney where I see the fireworks from home every night.
And actually, I live in Dr. Phillips, which is right across the block, and go to St. Luke's United Methodist Church. Hi, guys. Anyway, it's all hometown right here. Central Florida is really a cosmopolitan area from people all over, and we have a lot of neighbors from all over the world that fly into Orlando International Airport.
Right.
And, well, that's confusing, too. When they say, I'm flying in Orlando, they may be Orlando Executive, Orlando McCoy, it could be Orlando Sanford, or Kissimmee, which is Orlando. Because if you're a pilot, a lot of times when you look into Orlando, there's several airports that are in that area, aren't they? And I think most of the FBOs, and do you know what FBO is?
Yes.
Okay, what is an FBO? This is a test.
Flight-based operator?
Fixed-base operator. Yeah, it's fixed, it doesn't move.
Right.
Okay, fixed-base operator for our viewing audience and our radio audience that are not aviation types, and they fly in from all over the world, all over the United States, and during Sun and Fun, it's the busiest airport in the United States for that days. It's having even more movements, and by movements mean takeoff and landings coming into here than Oshkosh, because Oshkosh is like a destination, and Sun and Fun, they fly in and out and go back to Kissimmee and go to SeaWorld and go to Tampa and go over to Busch Gardens and everywhere. What else do you do year-round other than promote Sun and Fun?
Well, we do something very similar, so we're continuing to promote Kissimmee and encourage people when they're planning their trips to the Central Florida area to stay in Kissimmee. We have tons of attractions outside of the theme park specifically. Obviously, people are coming to go to the theme parks, but outside of that, we have hot air balloons, we have warbirds, Mustangs, 51s that you can go up in the air on. We have zip lining, all kinds of great activities.
As you glanced over towards Katie there in the background, speaking of which, tell us a little bit, what's the name of the place where you do those P-51 rides or whatever?
Stallion 51.
Right, and who are some of the people that are there and what type airplanes?
They are
Putting
Mustangs.
you on the spot, see?
Mustangs.
Mustangs and T6s.
Yep.
And of course we had Dr. Bush on earlier this week and talked about the physiological aspects of flying, and I think Michelle was on, if I'm right then, and she talked a little bit about from young people and their physiological changes and the older people and their physiological changes or limitations. In my case, my wife says I have a limited mind anyway. I can't hear out of one ear and don't listen out of the other one. But anyway, there's a lot going on here today. If you're wondering what some of that is in the background, we're in the Florida Air Museum and we're listening to hurricanes, or we're listening to historical aspects of aviation. And have you had a chance, Megan, to go out on the flight line yet?
I have.
You have.
Oh, yeah.
What did you see that was most impressive for you, see or hear, either one?
Actually, last night I saw the air show, or the late night, the dark show, or I don't know the...
It's at nighttime.
Yeah.
That's called night.
Yeah, the night
You know the
show.
difference in the daytime show and the nighttime show? You know the big difference?
The sun.
No, it's dark.
Yeah, but the fireworks, that was really great.
We're just having fun.
Yeah.
We told you that. Yeah. That's it. To be night competency for flying as a pilot, you normally have to fly at night.
Right.
Otherwise, you're current and qualified in the daytime. Mm-hmm. And you know it's important that the people get the experience at night, and it is a lot of fun because they had Manfred Radius, I think, flying last night with the glider flying at night, which is really nice because it's quiet, no noise. But then they had some of the teams, the Sky Typers were out there, weren't they? Did you see them say Sun and Fun with the Geico Sky Typers?
Oh, no, I missed
Yeah,
that.
you missed that.
I did.
You weren't looking.
I wasn't.
You got to look quick.
Well, we have a booth too, so
Oh.
I was working that as well.
Okay. So what other kind of packages do you have for the pilots other than tremendous 80, 60, 20 discounts? That's a joke.
Yeah. I don't know what that is, but it sounds exciting.
But basically, 80% of a dollar, and then you take 60% of that 80% and 20% of that, so you end up paying me. Okay, no, it's just a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun here. But how long have you been here with you're a product manager, right?
Yeah.
So how long have you been doing that?
A little over a year now.
A little over a year. And before you were doing what?
Consumer packaged goods marketing.
And what's the difference between product manager and consumer packaged goods?
Well, we're Experience Kissimmee. We're marketing a whole destination that has lots of different, partners and pieces to it. Whereas consumer packaged goods, you're marketing one product. So there's a lot of different pieces to it.
So before you were working primarily with one product, now you're working with the Marietta products.
Oh yeah.
Not the motel, but just different products.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. But anyway, we're just checking with the people here to see, because this is probably going to be wrapping it up for the end of the day, other than our tower camera 4 out there. So we've had a real big time with you here today. But Megan, who else is working with you? I know you had a couple of people. How many people in your offices, and where are you located?
We are actually in Celebration, Florida, which is a part of Osceola County. We have about 40 plus employees that work for the destination.
40 employees, so it's not just you and this other fellow that came up.
Oh yeah.
40 employees. Where are you located?
Celebration.
Oh, sure.
It's right in Kissimmee.
Right. Well, celebration is, let me say, you're coming down I-4 and you turn off on 92, and then you go in, if you're going south.
Yeah, it's right off of
Lakeland.
192.
Right off of 192.
Yep.
Do people go there? Would it be best to call you on the phone, or would the website?
Call or the website.
Okay.
Is the best.
What's your telephone number?
407-742-8200.
I put you on the spot. Okay.
Oh, and we're located, if you want to stop out by our booth, we're in B77.
Okay, that's only for today, but we
Yeah.
can use this later on for our listening audience. Managing safety, you may hear this sometime down there. So that's the reason we always paint those word pictures. You know, we have a brush that we paint the word. I'm just kidding again. Okay, one more time, your website.
It's www.
And remember, you got to do this slowly.
Experience.
See the monitor there? As you're saying it, they're typing it in. Isn't that? It's magic. It's TV.
ExperienceKissimmee.com.
Okay, good. And the telephone number one more time, if you remember it.
407-742-8200.
You have a wonderful smile, Megan.
Thank you.
I'm Obi Young, and this is Megan. And we've enjoyed today. We've enjoyed this week. We've had a wonderful time here at, where are we? The Florida Air Museum. And it's the Florida Aviation Network at Sun and Fun. Wishing you blue skies and tailwinds the next time we see or hear you on Managing Safety or on the Florida Aviation Network. Stay tuned. You're going to hear some more and see some more from Camera 4. See you next time.